Let's go.
Hey guys, SoulShore45 here with Mix It Up Gaming. We're here with Mrs. Tillman in her house, eating the stew and talking about her engagement and her life with Thomas. He was working at a garage near my house, and my father hired him to fix our old jalopy. He wasn't working at the time, so when my father asked me to pick up the car for him, I had no choice. I didn't even have a license at the time, so I was terrified the whole day, imagining myself getting it home. Well, that certainly sounds safe. I could get away with driving illegally like that. It was a different time back then. We don't worry about the little things like that. I was scared, but that wasn't going to stop me. I hated disappointing my father. So I showed up to the shop, scared out of my wits, and there he was. Covered in grease and sweat, a real man's man, if you know what I mean. Thomas could tell immediately I was clueless, and I must have asked me if I needed help a dozen times. I was stumbling over myself with how cute he was, so I just kept telling him I'd be fine. I wanted to get home as quickly as possible before I said or did something embarrassing. I was so distracted thinking about him that I crashed straight into a stop sign barely 20. Thomas, the sweetheart, charged right over to see if I was okay. There wasn't a scratch on me, but the car was pretty in rough shape. I was terrified I'd get in trouble with my father. He must have been so mad to find out what happened. Thomas, sensing the dismay, offered to fix it for free, and tell my father he needed more time with it to keep me from trouble. His only condition was that I agree to have dinner with him that weekend. That is so sweet. Of course I said yes, and the rest is history. Love's funny like that, isn't it? It was like the accident drew us together. Or was it the attraction that caused the accident? Sometimes I think these things are just meant to happen, you know? It sounds like you two were made for each other. What was your life like? So what was your life with Thomas like? Well, it wasn't perfect, but they were by far the best years of my life. I trade all the ones that I've left just for one more lazy summer with that man. When we were young and everything was new to us, all we needed was our love. It didn't matter. Fuck! We had such a grand dreams for our life. We planned to travel the world together, see exotic places as a pair. Eventually, though, the bills started piling up, and so Thomas started working longer hours to make long ends meet. There were times we'd have debt collectors knocking on our doors, and I wasn't sure we'd make it. I thought myself foolish for being so idealistic in our youth. Reality hit us a lot harder than we expected. I resented him for working so much, even though I knew it was necessary for us to survive. He would be frustrated with every mistake I made, fearing how far it would set us back. The stress of it all would cause us to fight over the most ridiculous things as we scraped by. Still, our love was strong enough that our tension always faded once we vented. We'd always make up and vowed to double down on our efforts to make our dreams come true. We slogged away, hoping that we'd have a few extra pennies to put away to the end of the month but we never got that far. As we got older, things got easier, but we were too tired and beat to do anything about it. So you just gave up on your dream like that? We were comfortable and happy together. Eventually, we realized that's all we ever really wanted. It didn't matter where we were or what we were doing, so long as we were together. Besides, it's more than a little fucking hell. Sometimes I regret it though, especially when I wonder where we might have been when they started their listing. He signed up in the draft, if I remember right, in the war. Just as a mechanic. When I think about it, it's hard not getting angry at myself for not trying harder. And how were we to know? I'm so sorry. It's a very painful subject for me. So Thomas was drafted in the war? How did he die? Apologies if this is a touchy subject, but how did Thomas die? I don't really like talking about it, but it's a fair question all things considered. It just makes me very sad to talk about it. I really rather not. I can only imagine how painful these memories are. Talking helps. I know it might be hard, but talking about this stuff helps sometimes. Well, ever since you talked about your problems, it's fair I talk about mine. I guess things started looking up for us the year before we were even concerned with the war. We saw the news broadcasts, we heard the stories from our friends about the troubles, but we never thought we'd be involved at all. It was half a world away, and we weren't in danger. So, we paid it any mind. The whole affair was someone else's problem, and then the letter came. I did my best to let go of the fear of losing him. I assured myself that a mechanic he'd never see combat. In his letters home, he always joked that there was more likely he'd die from boredom than from bullets. I still remember the faint smell of gasoline that soaked its way into the paper, and his awful spelling. Almost every day, there'd be a new one for me to read. I spent as much time holding a pen as he did a wrench. Like a lot of wives in town, I blamed the post office when at first when the mail stopped showing up. And then the days turned into weeks, and we all knew something terrible has happened. By the time the news was officially reached our neighborhood of the bombing, we were already grieving. I was told he died a hero, that he died serving a valiant cause, but I know how he really felt. You really think of soldiers as brave and patriotic souls, but he wasn't a soldier, he was just a mechanic. He was just a mechanic who wanted nothing more than to travel the world with the woman he loved. I never fell in love again after losing him. Ooh, keep it together, Silver Destroyer. I don't think I could have, even if I wanted to. When you lose someone that really means something to you, it chips away at your heart forever. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything, Soul Destroyer. What you do need is to understand. Life doesn't connect us with the perfect person more than once in a lifetime. I know this. Once you know who they are, don't waste your time with fretting over petty things. If you truly love them, do anything and everything to keep them by your side or prepare to lose them forever. There are no do-overs in this life. Once they're gone for good. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Whew. Like I said, this game is powerful. I just love ice cream, don't you? You don't hear me complaining. I've really had a nice time this evening. I'm very happy you decided to come by. Oh, it's no trouble at all. I'm glad I came to. Still, I want to thank you for spending your time with me tonight, so I have something for you. What's this? Those are my husband's baseball cards. He used to collect them when he was a boy. Some are quite old, and probably worth. I want you to have one of them as a token of my appreciation. You can keep it as a memento, or I'm sure someone will happy to pay you for it. You can't be serious, can you? Please. I know how much you could use the money, and right now, they're not doing me any good. They just sit in the box, and I can't even bring myself to look at them anymore. I won't take no from an answer from you, so don't even make a fuss about it. I just don't trust myself not to get all weepy if I see which one you're taking, so I want you to pick by the time I return from the washroom. Just close up the box when you're done, and we won't say another word about it, understand? Yeah, I understand. Alright then, I'll be back in a moment. Wow, these cards are really ancient. I bet they're worth a small fortune to the right collector. I couldn't do that to Mrs. Tillman, though, could I? Oh, man. Now, I could take all 3 cards, I could take 2 cards, or I could take 1 card. Oh, God. If you take all 3 cards, I think it's enough to pay your rent right there. And all that stuff. You won't have to worry about it anymore. But you know what? I'm not going to take any. I can't do it. I know they'll probably regret this later, but I can't do it. It just doesn't feel right. And I'm sure I'll pull through some other way. I hope I made the right decision. Thanks again for having me over, Miss Tillinger. You're more than welcome. You're such a good kid. Here, take this some leftovers with you to dinner to eat later. You received a leftover stew. A young person like you needs to eat. Well, it won't pay the bills, but it's better than my junk food. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and have a good night. It's getting late, so I'm off to bed. Alright then, good night. And now it's nighttime. And we're locked out of our apartment. It's getting pretty late. I'm beat. I should count out my pennies and see if I can get the rent paid. Between the 101 I've got my wallet and the 13 stored in my bank, I got a grand total of $114 available for pay rent. That's not enough to get me back in my bed. Maybe I can scrounge together a few more bucks, but it looks like I'll be sleeping under the stars tonight. I better go find a comfy street mattress. Oh man, whew. Alright. No mail for me today. Okay, well. You're still out? Hey man, what's new? It's been a long day, Villager. I'm beat, I'm heading to bed, wherever that may be this evening. Hey, you can get back. Yeah, if you can't get back to your own apartment, I'm sure you can find ways. Always find a dirty mattress somewhere in town. That's it. If you can find one. Gas leak in the east moved a bunch of the local vagabonds over to our side of the town. They seem nice enough, but I doubt any of them are willing to share their squatting spot. Wonderful. Alright, well, we're going to have to chill out in the homeless. Hey there, fella. Got a second to invest in a sandwich? I'm trying to focus on a sandwich. I haven't eaten in 6 days. Give a sandwich. Here you go, pal. A fresh sandwich on the house. Hey, thanks a lot. If our minds are constantly reworking themselves with new experience, are you the same person I started asking this question to? Okay. I have no idea. Where are you? No, I don't have any change for you. Piss off, buddy. Okay. Looks like they're closed for the night. I don't know why a nightclub would be closed right now, but okie dokie. There's a mattress right there. You best not be looking to sleep in my bed. I'll punch you all over and steal you all your bread. Okay. Almost got hit by the car the other day. Made me drop my coffee and everything. Hey, that's dangerous. There's a dog here. That dog will come in handy later. You know, you look a bit familiar, but I can't really put a finger on it. Were you one of those child TV stars or something? No, not really. Ah, there's one. Let's go talk. Some people say sleeping under the stars is good for the soul. These people usually don't park their dumpster, don't park next to dumpsters, do they? Hello there, fella. Okay. Moving on in life. Ooh, looks like there's a dirty mackerel in there. I'm going to leave the fish. Probably a wise decision. Thanks for not taking my lunch. That's gross. Okay, moving on. Well, there's a mattress right there. This is kind of dangerous and unsanitary. Should I sleep here tonight? I'm sleeping outside. Well, hopefully I don't die in my sleep. Alright, well this is day 2. And we need to make some money so that we can get back in our apartment. So. Oh jeez. Soul Destroyer, is that you? I'm out in the balcony. I've had dreams like this. Well, look who's early riser this morning. Are you okay? Did you sleep alright? I can't remember the last time you were up this early. Very funny. I'd sleep better if you didn't make so much noise while you're getting ready. Aw, Grumpy Pants, I'm sorry. It's not even that early though. Most people in the world get up before noon, you know, so they can go to work. Don't start on me. Your dad already gave me an earful last night. Relax, Soul Destroyer. You know you're welcome to stay as long as you like. My dad is just worried about us, that's all. Contract's gonna come up soon, don't stress out. Right. And once it does, I'll be able to move back into Dubstown and start a new life together. I just hate waiting, that's all. I know, me too, but what else can we do? Just relax, take it easy. Your time is coming sooner than you think. You're right, I'm ready for this. Everything is going to work out just fine. One day, we'll look back at this and laugh. That's the spirit. Now give me a kiss before you get... There's a fresh pot downstairs if you want some. I love you too. Oh man. I don't know if I can handle this shit. Woo! Almost busted up twice now. Actually, three times, I think, yeah. All during Tillman's story. Oh god, here's Dad. Good morning, Casey. Casey, pardon. Good morning, Soul Destroyer. Do you know what happened to the sausages I left in here the other day? I can't find them for the life of me, can't find them anywhere. I ate them. Yeah, I ate them yesterday. I'm sorry. You couldn't save any for me, could you? I can pick up some at the airport, I guess. Won't you call us when you land, right? It's a military base, Soul Destroyer. I'm pretty sure I won't be allowed to. Besides, I won't be gone too long. Once we figure out what's going on with the scanners and why the EM readings and the pulls are so strange lately, I'll be home in no time. Do me a favor and help out, KK. I don't want to throw out. I don't want to thaw out in a messy house. Are you sure you're up for Antarctica? You're not young anymore. It's dangerous. KK will miss you. KK's gonna miss you. Oh, there's no reason to worry. I'll be cooped up in my lab all day. Apart from my assistants, there won't be a soul around for miles. You just need to keep your head in that book of yours. I really hope that contract you've been working on will come up before I get back. Tell me about it. Well, that's my ride. See you when I see you. Soul's right. Oh, man. KK, I'm leaving. Come say goodbye. Shit, already? I'm in the bathroom. Hold on a sec. Gotta go, KK. Whoa, they're waiting on me. Be good, I love you. Dad? Wait, I'm here. You left me goodbye. Yeah, the car was gonna leave. Don't worry, KK. Your dad's a tough son of a bitch. He'll be fine. Yeah, I guess you're right. Everything's gonna be okay. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna dump it off here. Like, favorite, subscribe if you did enjoy. Sorry if I bust down during this playthrough, because like I said, very powerful shit gets to me. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye-bye.